walk. I've got some big news to share with you guys. Good evening, everybody. I went on a walk earlier and I was actually hinting that I have big news. Today's the 4th of August. Yes, second last day of working where I'm currently employed. My last day at work is tomorrow. I hand in my laptop and all my asset gear, and that closes the chapter on that job. I will no longer be employed. And I had a couple of meetings with my agency, and I was just trying to see what's going on in the market. Is there something, contract wise where I can get another job for maybe a couple weeks and then go on my Nepal and Singapore trip? However, it's been a week, the final week, and nothing came through. Anything that was offered to me really didn't fit the parameters of what I'm looking for right now. I do not want a long-term contract. I'm not interested in even 6 months at this point. So I decided to just take a break, and I'm not going to be working now for 2 months. I've been doing so much research. I've been literally thinking about where can I go? What do I want to do? What's convenient to get to from New Zealand? If you hear some sizzling, I'm actually cooking some meat right now. Let's give it a stir. Today, I kind of discovered that the most logical place to go to that's very conveniently located to New Zealand, so wouldn't be traveling too far. I basically decided I'm going to Australia. That was the destination that made the most sense. It's the closest to New Zealand. It's the easiest to get to. I don't need a bunch of COVID requirements to go to the country. I decided to go. The only negative drawback is that it's very expensive right now to fly to Australia from New Zealand, just basically due to the new market of post-pandemic. There's not a lot of flights. I did spend quite a pretty penny to fly to Australia, but honestly, I don't even really care because I'm just glad that I'm going somewhere and it's very exciting. This is my first time ever going to Australia. I've decided that I want to visit Queensland on this trip and a little bit of New South Wales at the end. So my itinerary is going to be for 3 weeks and 2 days. I'm going to be leaving Wellington on Monday, so that's 4 days from now. I literally booked flights so quick, and I've been doing all the other preparations needed to get over to Australia, like buy travel insurance and get a visa, an ETA visa to enter into Australia, which you have to apply for using this app, which I did tonight, because I thought, oh, okay, you've booked the flights. What about a visa to get into the country? So yeah, I had to pay for an ETA, which is a fairly straightforward process using the Australian government app. So that was good. I've gotten that. That was 20 Australian dollars for the ETA, so very easy. The other thing I had to think about was where was I going to go? What's my itinerary? So I've been researching Queensland the last 3-4 days. I've come up with a really great plan. It's going to be a really fun 3 weeks. I'm mixing independent travel with 7 days of a group travel. The group tour was just a surprise. I found this tour company called Intrepid Tours, and they have a 7-day tour in Queensland, kind of going from Airlie Beach up to Cairns. And Cairns is where I'm flying out of to get to Sydney. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm all over the place. I'm not explaining this very well, and I'm so sorry because my brain is just a billion things are floating around in my brain right now. But basically, I've been doing admin, finding out visa stuff, booking accommodation for the first couple nights when I get there. It's happening. I'm going to Australia. It only took 30 years for me to get to Australia, but I'm going and I'm so excited. They're pretty good flights, actually. Like round trip, I paid $1,450, and that is including a flight from Wellington to Sydney, then connecting to Sydney to Prosper Pine, which is basically Airlie Beach, which is where the Whitsunday Islands are. Then this tour for 7 days, it will take me overland from Airlie Beach up to Cairns. Then I have a flight booked from Cairns once I'm finished up exploring that North Queensland area. It's going to take me to Sydney, and I've got 4 nights in Sydney before I fly back to Wellington, and that flight is direct Sydney to Wellington, so it was a really good deal. That's the itinerary. I've just been looking at accommodation, and I had to book, my first 2 nights in Airlie Beach. Holy cow. Can we talk about how expensive Australia is? Oh my gosh, I had no idea. It was so expensive. I'm gonna try to balance out the trip with, nicer accommodations sometimes, and then mostly just staying in dorm rooms. And I'm getting a little old for dorm rooms in terms of my tolerance level for really uncomfortable bunk beds. But honestly, if it helps cut down some of this cost, it may be good for me because this is a really long time to be in Australia. So I'm gonna do all that planning now. A lot of the time, I'm gonna be booking where I'm staying while I'm in the country country of Australia itself. So it's all happening and it's happening fast. Like tomorrow, I'm working from home in the morning. I'm going to the office. I gotta go pick up my Australian dollars. Oh, I have to pack. I'm using the backpack for the first time. Everything's gonna be quite warm because Queensland is quite nice. Sydney may be a little bit chilly, but Cairns should be pretty nice. Like this is like tropical nice areas. It's gonna be really nice to get some sun. So I cannot wait to share with you more of my Australia trip travel plans. And of course, I'm going to be vlogging, taking you guys with me on this trip. How exciting. Ah! Can you tell the chaotic energy right now? I need to ground myself. And I think having some dinner will help because it's been like several hours since I last ate anything. I'll see you in the next update. Bye! Hello everybody, I haven't done this before, but I'm actually vlogging at the office, but I had to come on and just tell you guys, today's a monumental day. It's the last day of this current job. I've been working here for over 13 months. I can't believe it's here. I'm so excited. I literally did all the stuff that I need to do for Australia. I have a visa to get in. I've got travel insurance and I've printed it all off. I've updated my CV because I'm gonna do job hunting when I get back in October. But I feel really good. I feel calm. I feel collected. I feel really amazing and proud of myself for making it here. And this is my last day at this current job. I won't have to come back here. I put up with a lot of stuff here, but in the end, I'm grateful for the time that I've spent here because it led to where I'm at now, and I wouldn't change anything about my journey. I will catch you guys in another update. Bye. Hi everybody, it's August 7th today, and today's the last day before I head out to Australia, and I have been busy. I have been getting things knocked off my to-do list like no tomorrow. I'm talking down to things like watering your plants, do your chores around the house, wash your bedding, pack your bags, organize yourself, just everything and all the small details. Oh, and also eat the food in my fridge, because if you didn't know, this is a last minute trip. So I had no idea a week ago that I'd be going to Australia tomorrow. So I had grocery shopped and I have things in my fridge that I have to finish eating while I can. You know, the last few days I've been doing my best. But then there's some things that I'm just hoping I can eat them when I get back because I don't want to be wasteful. I didn't know I was going to be away, so I was just shopping like I normally would. But anyways, I've been doing so much work the last few days, editing vlogs so that I have vlogs to post while I'm traveling. So I'm not going to be missing uploads. It's really important to me to just make sure that I'm not slacking on this YouTube channel. So I did get some videos edited and they are uploading to YouTube. So that was a really big accomplishment. I didn't know if I'd have time. And then of course, packing takes a lot of patience. This is my first trip using my new travel backpack. If you didn't watch the previous vlog where I talked about my new backpack, I recently invested in a very amazing, very good quality, but expensive travel backpack from a company called Peak Design. Now, unfortunately, all the stuff that I'd ordered from Peak Design have not arrived yet. There were 2 items I bought that are still on back order, and it's been like 3 months. One of the items is held up in customs in Auckland, so it's in the country, it's just not with me, and that was a bummer because I really wanted to use all of the Peak Design products. But at least I have the main one, and it's the backpack, and I am doing my bedding, so I'll have clean sheets when I come back home. I have to say, airlines carry-on is really limiting. Most of them are 7 kg, and I'm like, my backpack empty weighs like 3 kg, so that doesn't leave me a lot of room with things to bring with me. And I know I do my best. I'm an overpacker. I'm not a backpacker. Typically I use a wheeled suitcase, so this was a challenge for me. Something funny too is I travel a lot. Well, I used to before the pandemic, and I never liked packing, and I still really don't. But I just wanted to check in and let you guys know how packing went. It took me hours and hours. I did a little bit yesterday and I finished it off today. So this is what I'm bringing with me for 3 weeks and 2 days in Australia. That's 24 days total. Here is the glorious backpack. It almost looks like one of those bags that you would get if you're in the army, and they're more catered towards their male clientele. But I thought the green would be okay, but in hindsight it does pull a little bit army, and that's not really the vibe that I was going for. So for reference, I wouldn't really recommend the green unless you really love green. But why I liked this backpack is it's not your typical backpacker's backpack. You see there's no bucket bag top opening. It's a clamshell, so it opens like a carry-on bag, and this is why I really wanted this bag, and it's still a very thin design. So this is the extender zipper here. It's hidden, and I haven't had to deploy it. So you see all this extra fabric is what would extend it to be 45 liters, but I've managed to condense it into, I believe this would be about a 35 liter equivalent, maybe 40. This little card is what shows what I'm talking about a little bit better than I can explain it. So you can see you can snap it to compress it, but I don't have the zipper expanded. I just really like how many features there are in this backpack. There's so many pockets. I fit so many things in different places. And hack, if you have a pair of shoes and you're staying at a hotel, steal their shower cap. This way your dirty shoes don't get onto your clothes. Love that. Also, travel hack is just travel organized. Don't just throw your shit in your bag. Try to organize yourself as much as possible. So one of the Peak Design products that didn't arrive was a wash pouch. It's basically a toiletry bag, and unfortunately it didn't come in time, but this one is doing the trick. I got this one from Lululemon. These are my clothes in a packing cube. This is also a bunch of bikinis, bras, underwear, socks. I got a pair of shoes in here. Travel hack, bring microfiber cloths for like face towels and stuff because they dry really quickly while you're on the road. And I have a big, large shower towel. When I stay in hostels that don't include a towel, this is my travel towel, and it dries fast because it's also microfiber. I was realizing that a lot of my clothes were black, so I tried to inject some pink. So my clothing theme is pink, black, and blue this time around. As you can see in my airport outfit that I have laid out, we've got pinks and blacks, and then my one raincoat that I'll be bringing is there. I just need to finish packing my toothbrush and stuff into the toiletry bag. If it's too heavy, like they weigh it, I could probably take this off and put it into my personal item. Here's my personal item. Yay! This is a cute little tiny backpack. This is the brand. It's Mimco Australia. My important travel documents are in here, and then I have some other stuff all organized. I wanted to just show you guys some Australian money. Look at that. It's a $5 bill. And then he gave me a lot of 50s, so I don't have any other bills except for these. But look at the money. It's so cute. It's very colorful, matches my nails. All my travel documents are kept in this Balroy passport holder. Just in case something happens, I've packed a bit of clothing here that will help me get me by. 2 pairs of socks, 2 pairs of underwear, and 1 bikini, just in case. This is a water bottle. Of course, I'm going to empty it to go through security, but I always bring a reusable water bottle. Then enter pure organization here. Everything has a place. Everything has been organized. This is a Balroy organizer as well. So basically I have all my electronics in here. Everything's kept organized, and all electronic stuff, including power banks, charging cables. Really love Balroy, by the way. This is Balroy too. Another Balroy organizer is this pouch here. Love the color, matched it to my passport holder case. In this organizer, I basically have miscellaneous items, mints, vitamins, earplugs, a mirror, hand lotion, and just random stuff. I've also got a little bit of extra things like Gaviscon and an extra spare mask. I do have spare masks inside the backpack as well. You know, traveling these days, you always want to be safe than sorry. And then of course I'm traveling with another camera. This is my really big, expensive camera. I am going to be vlogging using this, and also my phone, which is what I usually vlog with. All of that was organized neatly into this little backpack. I also have a pair of sunglasses in there too. That's basically what I'm bringing with me, and it's gonna look a little hilarious when I have them both on, because that one's got to go on my back and that one's got to go on my front. But I'm gonna put everything back, and I'll check in again with another update once I'm actually finished packing. So it's also exciting. It's getting so real. I just need to finish up a few things at the house, finish up my chores, probably head out for a walk today because the sun actually came out. It's been really bad weather the last few days, and I had to set my alarm for 4 a.m. My flight leaves hopefully with no delays at 6:45 in the morning. I have to get there. They say 3 hours, but I've been through Wellington International. It's not too bad. It doesn't take too long. Unless the security line's long. I don't know. Last time I was there, it literally just took us like 20 minutes to go through, and we really didn't need to get there 3 hours ahead. But I wouldn't do the same for an airport that was bigger. Like if I was flying out of Auckland Airport, I'd definitely give it a lot more time. But there's not too many international flights out of Wellington, so I don't expect it to be too hectic. Famous last words, I don't know. Direct flight to Sydney, and I have have a connection to Airlie Beach, which is the first destination in Queensland. It's very exciting. I am definitely going to be vlogging, and I'm going to be very relieved to be on the plane and no longer have to worry about preparations and just enjoy my holiday. It's almost too surreal for me to comprehend at the moment that I'm going, so I think things will sink in a little bit closer to when I actually have to leave. Yeah, I'm just hoping everything goes smooth tomorrow. But thank you so much for watching this update, and I'm going to be vlogging my entire Australia trip, so I will end the vlog here, and the next time you see me it will be for the Australia vlog. So make sure you subscribe so you can watch that and see what I get up to for 24 days in Australia. My first time ever going, and I hope that it's an amazing trip for me. Okay guys, I'll see you in the next update. Bye!